I'm going to do a little demo on assignment 2, which is it's a coil construction, but it's for we're going to make kind of a lamp, put a light inside, like a candle inside of it, and it needs to show all of the coils. Okay, so on the outside you can't smooth your coils together on the outside. On the inside it'll be important to try to make sure you make good connections. So make sure you're really pushing it together on the inside. And so what I've done is I've started with just sort of a slab kind of piece that I've pinched together, pinched up the edges. And this I want to be my base, And I want to be able to take my lamp off and put the candle there and then put the lamp back on. And so the lamp is going to have sort of openings in it. So I did this. And then I made a coil that kind of fit inside there, like that. But I want to do a few coils when it's not sitting in here, so I don't get it attached. If I keep pushing on it, it might get attached to the bottom. So I take this off and put this over here, and then I'm going to work on this until I get it up a little bit anyway, and then I can put it on there. Okay, so I've rolled out another coil here. And break that. And I'm going to make it come in a little bit because I want the shape to kind of go in and out a bit. So I would like for you guys to think about that a bit. Try to make your piece go in and out a little. In these first few, I'm not going to put any openings in. I'm going to just make sure they're attached well. So I have a base, to start with. And I may not want to, say I'm using one of those little candles, I may not want them to like see through a hole and see the candle itself or see the flame itself, but I want to kind of hide that, to mask that a bit. So I'm going to build it up a bit first before I make some openings in it. Okay. I'm just pinching this together well on the inside. Making sure this is all attached. And I'll come and add another coil. I try to start it in a different spot. Like if I started that here, I started over here. And this time I'm just going to come straight. Excuse me. I'm going to come straight up this time. Again, pushing it in on the inside. Making sure it's attached well. And let's see if it's still fitting okay. I think I'm going to try continuing.
Going to be 12 inches as well, correct?
Say that again?
This one's going to be 12 inches?
Yeah, 12 inches as well. So, something like that. Come over here. Take a new piece of clay. I just squeeze it up like that into a kind of a shape first, and then I start to roll the coil. I kind of move my fingers back and forth. I don't just start in one and go like this. I try to keep them moving back and forth to keep that coil even. And it's more using your fingers, not so much your palms of your hands. to a point I might want to take this even. Okay. This guy. I'm going to come up one or two more before I start to make openings in it. Okay, so this is tall enough to hide my candle a bit, I think. Now, I'll start to play a little bit with some openings. We do like this. Uh,
Can you have the holes in the middle?
what's that?
Can you have the holes in the middle and
These holes?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to leave a hole like that so that the light will show through. Let's get one a little lopsided. Push it out some. that. This. It gets to be a little tricky because of the support. You gotta maybe get to a certain point and then let it set up some, more so than in the previous first assignment, because there's not as many connection points and it'll be a bit weaker. And it's important to make sure on the inside that you're really mushing it together well. So that you start to have your sometimes you can take something here and start to feel like it's collapsing in a certain area, push it out to the inside. Yeah. You can also, I would normally wait till I built this up a bit, but I just want to show people. So if you want to add something on the outside, you could, as a kind of a decorative element, just take and start to add something like an applique on the outside. You take a tool, start to open up the hole a little bit. So you start to wind up with something like that, if you want to have little rings or something dropping on the outside just as a decorative element.
Do you recommend, would it be better to build it, off the bottom piece?
You can, you can, but it's just you want it to fit. I want it to fit on there, kind of snugly. So
Okay.
if as long as I'm not pushing down too hard in there, it's not going to stick. Even if it starts to dry, it'll probably just sort of pop off.
Okay.
As long as I haven't really shoved it on there, it probably would be fine.
Okay.
So you can. Let me see. Sometimes you can have a piece of wood or a towel or something and just, if I want these things to look a little flatter, I can take my piece of this is just a big rib that I have. I'm just going to take it and kind of mush it around a bit to kind of flatten out my coils. That. So if I want a different look, so if I want it to look, flatter like that. I can maybe be good to do it before I put my thing on, or even if I wanted my applique to look flatter, I could come over here and, you know, kind of mush that down. That would probably help it stick better. So now I can still get this off, set it down. You can keep it separate for a little while if I want, just to make sure it's not sticking. And then just keep on working up. And then start to make it go out. I can say I want the next ring to go out. I'll add it a little bit on the outside. That. Making sure my two pieces are joined together well. And then I can keep going. But probably need to stop at a certain point to let it kind of firm up a bit before I try to continue on. And if this gets a little stiff as I let it firm up, I may need to come back and score it with my pin tool, wet it, score it again, and add on the next piece, okay? All right, I think that about covers what I need you to see for this. So this will be posted on the Blackboard, so you'll be able to check it out.